Here are three incredible lessons about the war between Israel and Iran, inspired by the deep reflection and wisdom of the elderly, those who have lived through the heartbreak of conflict and the healing of time. Lesson 1. War reveals the true price of pride. From the lips of an old woman who once fled a burning city, this lesson is clear. Pride may win battles, but it loses generations. She remembers how leaders on both sides shouted of honor, vengeance, and protection. But when the dust settled, it was the children who grew up without fathers, the mothers who buried their sons, and the elders who sat quietly, holding old photos of those who never came home. In the war between Israel and Iran, the headlines speak of strategy and strength, but the elderly see what others don't: how pride poisons peace. A nation's dignity is not measured by its weapons, but by its wisdom to avoid their use. She says, the ones who shout loudest for war are often the farthest from the battlefield. The true strength of a people is shown not in retaliation, but in restraint. It takes more courage to seek understanding than to drop a bomb. And if leaders could sit with those who have outlived war, they might trade their missiles for mercy. The elderly teach us, don't let pride turn tomorrow into a graveyard. When war begins with pride, it always ends in silence. Lesson 2. Peace is built by the broken, not the powerful. A wrinkled hand places a candle by the window, not for celebration, but remembrance. This is the second lesson. Peace isn't crafted in war rooms. It's born in broken homes. She watched as her brother was taken by soldiers, and her village became ash in the wind. She has no medals, no titles, only stories and scars. And through them, she teaches that the powerful often wage war, but it's the broken who carry the burden and the responsibility to rebuild. In the ongoing tension between Israel and Iran, global powers argue, threaten, and posture. But the grandmother says, true peace never begins at the top. It starts with the people who have buried too much to bury another soul. It is the widows who extend forgiveness. It is the orphans who dream of a world without enemies. It is the elderly who whisper, enough, when everyone else shouts more. No treaty can bring lasting peace if the wounds of the past are ignored. Healing begins when the broken are heard, not silenced. She says, the ones who know the cost of war must be the ones who shape the future. When leaders forget the faces of the fallen, war becomes easy. But when nations listen to those who have lived through the fire, peace becomes possible. Lesson 3. Revenge is a fire that consumes the hand that holds it. Sitting by the fire, an old woman stirs her tea slowly, then says, revenge tastes sweet, until it burns your own mouth. This is the third lesson. Revenge may feel righteous, but it always consumes both the target and the one who holds it. The war between Israel and Iran is soaked in decades of betrayal, fear, and retaliation. Each strike, each counterstrike, is called justice by one side and terror by the other. But the elderly know revenge is not justice. It is a cycle. She tells of her father who sought vengeance after losing his brother in war. It changed him, hardened him, made him forget who he was. By the time peace came, he was too bitter to enjoy it. He won his revenge, but lost his soul, she says. This war, like many, is not just a battle of borders, but of memory. Each nation remembers the pain inflicted upon it, but forgets the pain it causes. The old woman warns, if we fight every fire with fire, we'll burn the whole world down. Her wisdom teaches us, peace is not forgetting the past. It is choosing not to repeat it. Justice must be rooted in mercy, not rage. Let the fire of revenge die, so a new dawn can rise.